Hello and welcome back to KDTechs. In today's video, we are going to build your first Android app using Kotlin. Kotlin is the official language for Android development and it makes coding much easier and cleaner than Java. We will build a simple counter app step by step, so let's get started. We will choose a new project, empty View activity, and click next. Give your application some name. In my case, I will put the My Counter app and use language as Kotlin and click finish. So once your application is loaded, this is what you see on your Android Studio. Activity main.xml and main.activity.kt, where the XML we will be using for our designing layouts and the main activity we will be using for the logic. So here you see some unnecessary code. For now, I will delete all those unnecessary code from my main.activity.kt. And this is what you see, the simple and the very basic application on your screen, where we only have one text box, and that text box is printing a message called Hello World. Okay, so let's design our layout first, and then we will move to our logic part. So for this designing, currently you see there is a constant layout has been used, so we will be using some basic layout. So that layout is the linear layout, and for the orientation we will be using the vertical. So we have for the linear layout is like a row, and which row or column, it depends on the orientation. Either you want vertical to use as a column, or you want to use as row, horizontal. So in my case, I want to use as a column, so then I will be choosing the vertical. So now you see our text jump from the middle to the top. So I still want to print everything in the center, so I will choose the gravity. So the gravity actually will help us to put all our layouts in the center. So it's up to you. You want to put the center, you want to put bottom, you want to put top, or you want to put right, you want to put left. So anything you want, that will be applied over there. So for now, I will be choosing the gravity as center to put all my elements in the center. We have a text box, and this text box, I will say, I will just give it some ID, and this ID will be a text counter, and I will remove all these the constant layout properties, and here I will put the, instead of hello, I will put the 0. Below that I will be choosing some, let's say, text size, and for text size I'll be putting the 48 SP, and for the text style we put the bold, and also let's give some margin from the bottom, and the bottom margin will be 30 dp. Okay, this is our text for the counter, and now let's create a button below that, and this button will be match parent, which will take the entire width and wrap content, and this button will have some text, and that text should be decrease, and the margin button, let's give some margin from bottom, and this will be just 10 dp. Okay, and this button should have some ID, so this ID we will use later on to access to the XML layout. But in the XML layouts, our elements, or you can say widgets, or you can say our buttons and text and everything. So this one will be button decrease. Okay, and close the tag. Let's copy this one and paste over here. Now this one we say increase, and this button should be also changed to increase. All right, so we have two buttons, one text, increase and decrease, and we should have one more button, and that button should be we call it button reset, and here we just say reset. Right, since our buttons are touching the edges of the screen, so we will give some padding over here. Say not padding top, we give them the padding, and this padding should be 16 dp. All right, so our screen is, our layout is ready. Now let's run our application to check if everything is fine. But before that, let's go to our build.gradle.kts, and here I will change my compiled SDK to 36 and also my target SDK to 36 and sync my project. Alright, there is no issue. So let's go to our device manager and open our Vuret emulator. So in my case, I will be choosing the Pixel 6 API 34. If you don't see any of these emulators, you can simply click on the plus button, create virtual device, and go to the devices and choose your Vuret device. And this one, if you choose with the play icon, it means it's supported by the Google Play Store, and you can click next and then choose some image for that and click finish. Since I have many of the emulators, so I don't need to install anymore, I will just simply click the play button to open my emulator. Once your emulator is up and running, just click on the play button. You will see your emulator is selected here, and here the app is selected. Just click the run button and the application will be installed in your emulator. As you can see, our application is running and you don't see any error, and we see our text, the increment or the counter text, and then we have the increase button, decrease button, and the reset button. But since there is no logic, so if you click on this button, nothing will happen. So let's go to add some logic over here. So first of all, let's create a variable, and this variable we call it the private for counter, and we initialize it with 0. So initially our counter is 0. Now we need to access to all our buttons and text. So first of all, let's say we have a text counter, and that text counter we can find view by ID, and this is a text view, and here we will put the r.id.text counter. We will access our text counter by the ID which we have assigned over here. So this is the ID, and you can access the text view using the ID. Alright, so the second one, we need to set the button increase, and that one also find view by ID, and this the property is the button, and also we just need to need to import the button. Yeah, so the ID is the increase, and now decrease. The decrease one, increase, decrease. You see my application is actually suggesting me something whenever I put the wall, and then I say, okay, I think the reset button doesn't have. Okay, now let's go to our button reset, and this one is find view by ID, also button, and r.id.button reset. Okay, so why there is issue? Because there might be something in the system that's using this ID, so you can just simply change this ID to something, maybe button reset 1, just in case. Okay, we just give something like button reset 1. Alright, just ignore if this error still persists, and I will just move back to my reset. Alright, just ignore, and now we go to the click listener for each and every button. So first of all, we will do the increase. So the increase one, we say the counter plus plus, and then we set the counter to our counter.text is equal to counter to string. Okay, Okay, so this code is all automatically generated. Why? Because I have activated my GitHub Copilot chat and also the Gemini, which will help you to autocomplete the code. So you can add this extension on plugins to your IDE to get the help from the AI to help you in autocomplete code. And how you can add these libraries or these plugins, you just go to the Android Studio settings and go to plugins, and then in the marketplace just search for the Copilot, and here you will see the Copilot, GitHub Copilot, your AI pair programmer. So you just need to install it. Since my one needs the update, I will update it later. Okay, so we have our increment button code, and now let's say the decrease one, and we have, when we say the button decrease dot set on click listener, and then we say counter dot minus hyphen, which means it will go one level down. But there is one case, since I have 1 0 here, and if someone click on the decrease directly, it will go into minus. So what we need to do here, we say if counter is greater than 0, then only allow this one, then only allow this, and then here we just need to remove this. Okay, and this one also, this one also. Okay, now we have this. So what happened when the user click on the decrease button? So it will check first if the counter is greater than 0, then only perform this one, the counter hyphen, otherwise do nothing. Okay, now we need to counter reset button. When the user click on the counter reset button, we assign 0 to the counter, and then we assign counter back to the counter.txt text file. Okay, so this is our logic for now. Let's rerun our application and see if the buttons are working fine. Okay, so let's say we are on 0, we try to decrease, nothing happened. See, it's not going. But when we increase, see, and now when we decrease, it's going to up to 0. It's not going to further than 0. Okay, so here, and now we click the reset, increase, decrease, and reset, increase and reset. Okay, this works fine. Now let's do something that's actually more helpful in your Android development. We go to the build.gradle.kts, and here we add some feature. We say build feature view binding is equal to true. Okay, we add some view binding, and what this view binding will be doing, let's go back to our main activity. Now in main activity, we comment all of this. Okay, and in here we say private. First, you need to, after you made these changes, you need to sync your project, otherwise you won't be able to see those changes you want to. Okay, no issue. So we comment our comment all our layouts which we finding by the ID. Okay, so now what we need to do is, here we say we need to create one more variable, that's let init var, and this one will be called binding, and this binding should be activity main binding. Okay, this is the name of your activity, and we call it by the binding. Now also comment this line and go below here, and now we say binding is equal to activity main binding dot inflate layout inflator, and then we setting the set content view to binding dot root. Okay, now you don't need all of these. What you need to do here, just say binding dot. Now you can access to the property of the XML layout. Okay, so now what we need to do is, here we say binding dot, now you can access to the property of the XML layout. Okay, so now what we need to do is, here we say binding dot, now you can access to the property of the XML layout. okay, just binding dot, and here also binding dot. Now you don't need to define the variable and then find the ID by view and find the view by ID and everything. So all these headaches is gone with just simple one variable you declare here called binding. So this is only possible if you add the build feature, the view binding over there in the build.gradle, and here also binding dot text counter. Okay, so now let's rerun our application to see if our binding works fine. Alright, our application is up and running, so let's try to increase, decrease, reset, increase, decrease, and no more decrease after 0. Reset, increase, reset. So it works fine as it was working before. So the view binding is something very nice. You need to try on this one. And so far this is for this video, and for the next video we will be building something more interesting and more fun, and that can help you in your application development, which can make it more easier for you to learn more about the Android development. So subscribe to my channel to don't miss any videos. Thank you, and thanks for the watching.